Hey Care Group leaders, Pastor Kyle here. I want to give you an update on this Sunday and where we're going so that you can take that information and apply it in your group settings. As always, we love you guys. Thank you for all your hard work. We're going to continue on in the book of Acts, looking at chapter 6, 7, and 8 in the life of Stephen. Pastor Michael and Pastor David are really looking at Stephen as this ordinary, regular guy who is being faithful in the midst of difficulty. And so that's the context that we want you to take and apply to your people. Begin to discuss the character of Stephen. Hey, what does it look like for us to grow in character? Not just talents. Too often we look at the world and see, oh, this person's really talented in this way. And that's great, but if they're elevated without character, that can lead to disastrous results. So how can we be growing in character? How can we be encouraging one another to be men and women of integrity, of honesty, of passion and zeal for the Lord? And then as we look at Stephen and we look at this long sermon he preaches in chapters 7 and 8, he goes through the Old Testament. Why do you think he highlights the things he does in the Old Testament? Why is he amplifying grace? And then, here's a question to ask your people. What is the problem that he highlights with the people of Israel? Now, we're going to take this and apply it to our own lives. How can we be faithful and bold like Stephen? The Spirit is given so that we can be emboldened. We can have power to witness. I'll give you a very quick story. I had a friend of mine, Christian friend of mine, who had a non-believing friend. And my Christian friend did not know how to witness and felt very timid. And so through a few interactions, I invited his friend out for lunch and we went to sushi. And I can remember knowing I'm going to talk to this guy about faith and walking in and I'm shaking and I'm insecure and I have the fear of man. And as we begin to talk, I can feel the Holy Spirit empowering me. I'm saying things I didn't even know. I'm like a lion. As I talk, I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And my love for this gentleman is growing. I want to see him come to faith. And so as I walked away, I can remember feeling that was the power of the Holy Spirit at work. And so my question for you in applying to your groups is, have you experienced that power? Have you stepped out of your comfort zones in an opportunity to witness, to share, and you needed to rely on the Spirit? You needed the power of the Spirit. And for many, it might be that's not the case. And so as leaders, I want to encourage you, what does it look like to shepherd them, to cultivate both their love for others and their understanding that this is a potential opportunity to witness? And then encourage them in this too. People will say, well, I felt really timid and scared. I didn't want to have that conversation. I didn't want to answer that question. I didn't want to talk to this person. And I would encourage you to remember that the Spirit doesn't empower us beforehand. He empowers us in the midst. We must be faithful. We're called to be faithful like Stephen and give a answer for the faith, the hope that lies within us. So as always, we love you guys. Hope you are taking your time to study through the book of Acts. It's a wonderful story. There's lots of spiritual fruit within each of these chapters, and we're going to fly over and elevate the character of Stephen. But I want you guys to encourage your people to continue reading through as we go through the book of Acts. So we love you guys, praying that the Spirit would continue to empower you to be witnesses of the great and glorious gospel that we love, that we embrace, and that we walk in. So as always, we'll see you on Sunday.